Welcome to Soulful English. My name is Daniel. Let me ask you a blunt question. Are you learning English, or are you only dreaming about it? Every day, thousands of learners wake up and say, I want to speak English fluently. But then what happens? They scroll, they complain, they wait. They wait for the perfect method. And another day slips away. Does that sound familiar? Are you learning English? Or are you only dreaming? You see, this is not only about English, it is about life. The habits that shape your English will shape your destiny. The way you practice words is the same way you practice discipline. The way you build sentences is the same way you build courage. And the way you face mistakes is the same way you face failure in everything else. So today, I want to share with you 7 daily habits. These 7 habits can make you learn English faster. Not faster because of magic tricks or shortcuts, but faster because they align your mind. They align your body and your spirit with progress. They force you to grow every day, even when you are tired, busy, or doubting yourself. But before I give you those 7 habits, let's plant one seed inside your heart. Ask yourself, why do you want English? Is it only for a test, for a job, for travel, or is it because deep down, you know that English is a bridge to freedom, to opportunities, to friendships, to a new version of yourself? Be honest, because your answer will decide if you succeed or quit. I remember meeting a young man named Alex. He was 22, living in a small town, working in a factory. His life was predictable every day. He repeated the same routine. Wake up at 6, work for 10 hours, come home exhausted, eat, sleep, repeat, inside. However, he was restless. He had one dream: to leave his town, to work abroad, to earn money, to speak English fluently so he could connect with the world. But here is the painful truth. Alex did nothing about it. He bought English books but left them unopened. He downloaded apps but deleted them after a week. He promised himself, tomorrow I will start. Tomorrow became next week, then next month, then next year, until one night, scrolling his phone, he saw a video. It asked a simple question: if not now, when? That night changed him. Alex realized that if he continued waiting, 5 years would pass, 10 years would pass, and he would still be in the same place, with the same excuses. He felt anger, shame, and hunger at the same time. That was his turning point. And do you know what he did? He created 7 small habits. Nothing huge, nothing dramatic, but he repeated them every day. And slowly, his life transformed. Within 3 years, Alex had moved to another country, found a better job, and finally felt proud of himself. His English improved, his confidence grew. Now, I am not telling you Alex's story to make you feel guilty. I am telling you because maybe, right now, you are Alex. Maybe you are waiting for the perfect day, the perfect teacher, the perfect opportunity. But there is no perfect day. There is only today. And if you start today, with small daily habits, your life can change too. So let's begin. The first habit is consistency over intensity. Most learners think they need to study for 3 hours every day. They push themselves hard for 1 week, then burn out and quit. That is not learning. That is self-punishment. Instead, make English part of your daily rhythm. 10 minutes every morning, 15 minutes before bed, small pieces of practice. It is like brushing your teeth. You don't brush once for an hour and then skip the rest of the week. You brush every day because it is part of life. Treat English the same way. The second habit is speaking out loud every single day, even just 1 sentence. I don't care if it is 1 sentence, 1 paragraph, or 1 conversation in the mirror. If you don't speak, you will never speak fluently. Stop waiting until you are perfect. Speak with mistakes. Speak with fear. Speak with courage. Every word you speak is a brick, building your wall higher daily. The third habit is listening with your heart, not just your ears. Too many learners play English audio while multitasking. Half focused, half distracted. That is noise. I want you to listen with full attention. With emotion, choose a podcast, a story, or a video that inspires you. Close your eyes. Listen deeply. Hear the rhythm, the pauses, the emotion. Let the language sink into your bones. That is how listening becomes learning. Already, these three habits can transform progress. But stay with me, because the next four will unlock something deeper. They are not just about English, they are about identity, discipline, and becoming someone new. Before we continue, let me remind you of something. You are not here by accident. You clicked on this video for a reason. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are hungry for change. Maybe you are scared that time is passing too fast. Whatever the reason, remember this. You are capable of more. Your brain is not broken. Your time is not gone. Your dream is not dead. You just need to start walking. And today, with 7 habits, you will. The fourth habit is writing in English daily, even just a few lines. Writing is not only about grammar or spelling, it is about clarity. It forces your thoughts out of the shadows into the light. When you write, you translate your mind into words, and the paper reflects honesty. The paper does not lie. It does not smile politely. It simply shows your effort. Start small. Write 3 sentences about your morning. Write 1 reflection about your day before you sleep. Write a message to your future self, telling him who you want to become. Do not worry about mistakes. Worry only about silence, because silence kills progress. Writing, even imperfectly, creates growth, clarity, and strength within your thoughts. The 5th habit is surrounding yourself with English. Like air. Think about it. When a child grows up, how do they learn a language? Not by textbooks, not by lectures, but by immersion. They hear it everywhere. They live inside it. You need to create the same environment. Change your phone settings to English. Follow English-speaking creators. Put sticky notes on your wall with new words. Turn your room into a small English world. The more you see and hear English, the more your brain adapts naturally. But here is the painful truth. Many learners keep English locked in a study box. They open the box for 30 minutes, then close it again for the rest of the day. That is not enough. That is weakness. You cannot grow in a language you only touch once in a while. You must live with it, breathe with it, and fall in love. The 6th habit is embracing mistakes like teachers, not enemies. I know this is hard. Mistakes feel embarrassing. They make you want to hide. They make you want to stay quiet, to give up. But mistakes are not walls. They are doors. Every mistake is feedback for your growth. Every wrong sentence is a step closer to the right one. If you avoid mistakes, you avoid growth. If you welcome them, you rise faster. Do you know the biggest difference between successful English learners and those who fail? It is not intelligence, not memory, not even resources. It is their relationship with mistakes. The ones who succeed are not afraid of looking foolish. They laugh. They try again. They learn faster. And in the end, they become fluent, not because they were perfect, but because they were brave. The 7th habit is discipline wrapped in patience. Listen carefully. Motivation is beautiful, but motivation fades. You might feel inspired right now, ready to conquer the world. But tomorrow, motivation disappears completely. And if all you have is motivation, you will quit. Discipline is what saves you. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I will. Discipline says, I am not seeing results yet, but I trust the process. Discipline is love in action, love for your future self. And patience is discipline's twin. Fluency does not come in 1 month or even 1 year. It comes slowly, quietly, like the rising of the sun. If you plant a tree today, you don't shout tomorrow asking, "Why are you not tall yet?" You water it. You trust time. Your English is the same. With discipline and patience, you will grow. Without them, you will die in the desert of excuses, regret, and failure. Now, let me take you back to Alex's story. Remember the factory worker who dreamed of leaving his small town? He decided to live differently. At first, it was messy. He forgot to practice some days. He felt stupid when speaking. He hated writing because it revealed his weakness. But he kept going. Slowly, the habits became natural. Within 6 months, his friends noticed. "Alex, your English sounds different now, more confident, more alive." Within a year, he could hold conversations without freezing. Within 2 years, he passed an interview in another country and moved abroad for work. And within 3 years, he was living the life he once thought was impossible. Do you see what happened? His dream did not arrive suddenly. It was built brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. That is the truth about learning English. And the truth about every dream. Success is not one big moment, it is millions of small moments, repeated until they become destiny. So let me ask you, what will your destiny be? Will you stay where you are, waiting for tomorrow, drowning in excuses, or will you start today with 7 small habits and walk forward? The choice is yours. But remember this, time is not waiting. Every day you hesitate, the door closes a little more. Every day you act, it opens. Which direction are you moving today? Time is the most dangerous enemy you face. Not mistakes, not grammar, not pronunciation. Time is the enemy. Every day that passes without action is a day stolen from your future. 1 year from now, you could be fluent enough to connect with people. Or 1 year from now, you could be exactly where you are today, still hesitating, still dreaming, still waiting. Which version do you want to meet? The truth is painful, but you need to hear it. You do not have unlimited chances. You do not have unlimited time. Life is moving. English will not learn itself. No one will hand you fluency. No one will beg you to grow. It is your responsibility, and yours alone. And if you do not take it, no one else will. This is why habits matter. Habits are stronger than moods. Habits are stronger than fear. When you build habits, you no longer ask yourself, "Do I feel like learning today?" You simply do it, because it has become part of you. Picture this, a runner training for a marathon. He wakes up at 5 a.m. and sometimes it rains. Sometimes it is cold. Sometimes his body aches. If he listened to his feelings, he would stay in bed, but he doesn't. He runs anyway. Why? Because his habit is stronger than excuses, and that habit carries him to the finish line. Your English journey is the same. Some days you will feel motivated, alive, ready to conquer, but other days you will feel tired, bored, even hopeless. Those are the days that decide your future. If you push through, you grow stronger. If you quit, you stay trapped. Alex understood this. He told me once, "Discipline is the bridge between who I was and who I wanted." Without discipline, his dream of leaving the factory would have died. With discipline, he crossed the bridge. And now, when he speaks English, it is freedom. It is proof that he changed his life. But let me ask you something. What about you? What is the factory in your life today? Maybe it is your job that limits you. Maybe it is your fear of speaking. Maybe it is the small voice whispering, You are not good enough. That is your prison. That is your factory. And only habits can build the ladder that helps you escape. I want you to feel this moment because it is not just another video. It is a decision point, a crossroad. On one side, the easy path, comfort, excuses, delay. The other side, growth. One side leads to regret. The other leads to growth. And here is the harsh reality. Most people choose regret. They keep watching videos. They keep buying courses. They keep saying, someday. And then they wake up 10 years later, realizing they lost their chance to succeed. I do not want that to be your story. So let me speak directly. Without sugarcoating, you do not have a second life. This is it. This one life. This one chance. This one window of time. Every moment you waste is gone forever. And English, the skill that could open doors, will remain locked if you do not act. But here is the good news today. You do not need to do everything today. You only need to start small. One habit, one step, one action, that is enough. Because one step leads to another. And momentum builds like fire. That is the secret. Progress creates progress. Action creates action. Movement creates growth. So, what can you do today? Right after this video, choose one habit, just one. Write 3 sentences, or listen for 5 minutes. Maybe you decide to speak one paragraph to yourself. It does not matter how small. What matters is that you begin now, not tomorrow. Because once you begin, something magical happens. You break the chain of waiting. You stop being a prisoner of tomorrow. You become a warrior of today. And that is when change begins. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up, and English no longer feels impossible. You speak with confidence, not perfection, but with courage. You understand movies better. You write with more clarity. You feel proud because you have grown. You are not the same person anymore. That future is waiting, but only if you act now. Let me tell you one more thing. Alex once confessed that in the beginning, he was terrified. He said, I was afraid of looking stupid, afraid of wasting time, afraid of failing. But then he realized something powerful. Fear is a liar. Fear exaggerates the worst outcome and hides the best one. Fear always deceives you. Fear says, what if you fail? But faith says, what if you succeed? And when Alex chose faith, he discovered fear was nothing but shadows. And maybe that is what you need to do now. Stop listening to fear. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop hiding behind excuses. Choose faith, choose courage, choose habits. Because the truth is, the 7 habits are not just about English. They are about life itself. They are about building the version of you that does not quit, that does not break, that does not surrender. And once you build him, nothing, not English, not a job, not any dream, will be out of reach. Here is a truth most people never realize. English is identity. When you learn English, you are not only learning a language, you are building a new identity. Every word you speak is confidence in action. Every sentence you write is not just grammar, it is self-respect. Every time you listen deeply, you are practicing patience, focus, humility, discipline in disguise. This is why the 7 habits are so powerful. They are not simply tools for English. They are tools for transformation and personal growth. You are not only training your tongue, you are training your mind. You are not only filling your memory, you are sharpening your discipline, reshaping your destiny, and slowly, without noticing, you become a different person. Think about the first time you spoke a new word out loud. Maybe your voice shook. Maybe you doubted yourself, but you did it anyway. That is courage. And every time you repeat that act, you strengthen the muscle of bravery. One day, you wake up and realize, I am no longer the person who hides. I am the person who speaks. That small shift changes everything. This is why English feels so difficult, because it is not only about vocabulary, it is about identity. You are leaving behind your old version, the one who stayed silent, the one who feared mistakes, the one who made excuses, and stepping into a new version of yourself, fearless and strong, and that transformation always feels uncomfortable. Alex told me that the first time he tried to speak to a foreigner, his hands were sweating, his voice cracked, his grammar collapsed. He wanted to run away, but he stayed. He finished the conversation, and afterwards, he realized the truth. The world did not end. No one laughed at him. In fact, the other person smiled, encouraged him, and admired his effort sincerely. That moment planted a new belief. I can do this. And that is what you must remember. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you create, step by step, through daily habits. Confidence is built in the moments when you feel afraid but act anyway. Let's return to the habits and see how they shape identity. When you practice consistency, you are proving to yourself that you can show up. That makes you reliable, dependable, strong. When you speak out loud, you are not just making sounds. You are teaching yourself that your voice matters deeply. That silence is no longer your prison. When you write daily, you are not just filling notebooks. You are organizing your mind, discovering your own thoughts. You are realizing that your ideas deserve expression. When you surround yourself with English, you are not just changing your environment, you are declaring something. You are declaring, "This is my world now. I belong here." When you embrace mistakes, you are reshaping your relationship with failure into strength. You are no longer the person who hides from imperfection. You are the warrior who uses imperfection as fuel. You are rising above it all. When you practice discipline with patience, you are not only waiting for results, you are training yourself to trust the process, to love the journey. You are learning to stay steady even when the world is shaking. Do you see? These are not habits of a learner. They are leadership. These are habits of a leader, a dreamer, a builder of destiny. And that is why English becomes more than a skill. It becomes a mirror. It shows you who you are becoming. But let's be honest, this path is not easy. There will be days when your progress feels invisible, days when you wonder, why am I even trying? Days when other people laugh, when your family doesn't understand, when you feel completely alone. Those are the days when most people quit. But you cannot quit. You must remember the vision of who you want to be. You must remember that every great person in history, every leader, every innovator, every hero walked through the desert of discouragement before reaching success. And you must remind yourself that your promised land is waiting. English is not just a language, it is a door. Behind that door is opportunity. Behind that door is freedom. Behind that door is a version of you that you have not met yet, but who is waiting to be born. And the key to that door is not talent, not luck, not even intelligence. It is habits. Daily, simple, unglamorous habits that build destiny, Alex told me. When I look back, I do not remember the big moments. I remember the small ones, the nights I wanted to quit, the mornings I forced myself to speak, the times I wrote in my notebook even though I was tired. Those small victories built me, and that is how it will be for you. One day, you will look back, and you will not remember every word studied. You will remember the courage it took to show up. You will remember the discipline it took to stay consistent. You will remember faith, the faith it took to believe in yourself when no one else did. That memory, that story, will not only be about English, it will be about your life. Because once you prove to yourself that you can master this, you will realize you can master anything. So here is my challenge to you. Do not see these 7 habits as homework. See them as weapons. Weapons against fear and doubt. Weapons against laziness. Weapons against excuses. Use them daily, and they will carve a new identity inside you. And once that identity is built, no one can take it away. Excuses are seductive. They whisper in the morning, "You're too tired. You deserve to rest." They whisper at night, "It's okay. You'll start tomorrow." Excuses are soft, comforting, almost like a friend. But make no mistake, excuses are thieves. They steal your future. They steal your progress. They steal your dreams. Now, discipline speaks differently. Discipline is not soft. Discipline is sharp. It says, "I know you are tired. Do it anyway," it says. "I know you are scared. Speak anyway." Discipline does not comfort you. It commands you. And, though harsh, it frees you. Picture 2 learners. The first listens to excuses. He studies for a week, then stops. He waits for motivation, then stops again. Always repeating the cycle. He tells himself stories. "I'm too old. I'm too busy. I don't have talent." He spends months, years, even decades in the same place. His dream slowly fades like smoke in the air. The second learner listens to discipline. She studies even when tired. She speaks even when afraid. She writes even when uninspired. She does not ask for perfect results. She asks only for progress. And because she listens to discipline, she grows stronger. A year later, she is unrecognizable. Her voice is confident. Her habits are unbreakable. Her dream is alive. Which learner will you be? That is the real question. This is not just about English. It is about the war inside you, between excuses and discipline. Every day it begins, and every day you choose who wins. When Alex began his journey, his excuses were loud. "I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'm not good at languages." But he decided something radical. He would stop negotiating with his excuses. He said, "From now on, I simply act." That decision changed everything. Because here's the truth. The mind is clever. If you give it 1 second, it will build a wall of excuses. A wall so high you cannot climb it. That's why you must act quickly. Don't wait. Don't debate. Don't delay. Act immediately. The moment you think, "I should practice." Open your mouth and speak. The moment you think, "I should write." Grab your pen and write. Action first, excuses later. By then, it's too late for them to stop you. But let's face it, discipline is not glamorous. Nobody claps for you. No one will cheer when you write 3 sentences at night. No one will celebrate when you practice pronunciation in the mirror every morning. The world will not notice, but you will, and your future will. Because every small act of discipline is like a drop of water. Alone, it feels insignificant, but drop by drop, day after day, water carves through stone, and one day, you see the canyon you created, the fluency, the freedom, the life you built. This is why patience is crucial. Without patience, you quit before the canyon is formed. Without patience, you dig for treasure, then walk away just before you strike gold. Too many learners quit at the edge of breakthrough. They cannot see how close they are, so they surrender. Do not make that mistake. You must remind yourself daily, fluency is not a destination. It is a process. Every day you practice, you are fluent in discipline. Every day you show up, you are fluent in consistency. And those forms of fluency are just as valuable as language itself. Let me give you an image. Imagine 2 mirrors facing each other. They create an endless reflection. That is what your habits are like. Every small action today echoes into tomorrow. Then, into eternity, nothing is wasted. You may think you are only speaking 1 sentence, but that sentence echoes into your future, shaping who you become. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine choosing excuses. Imagine saying, "Not today?" That choice also echoes. It echoes into tomorrow, into next week, into next year, until your dream fades. Do you see how serious this is? These are not small choices. These are life-shaping decisions. Alex once told me, "The hardest battle I fought? It was not with English. It was with myself." And he was right. You are not only fighting verbs and vocabulary, you are fighting laziness. You are fighting fear. You are fighting doubt. You are fighting distraction. That is the real war. And if you win that war, English follows naturally. So let me ask you again, which army are you joining today? The army of excuses or the army of discipline? I want you to feel urgency. Time is moving. Life is moving. The world will not stop and wait for you to catch up. If you want to rise, rise now. If you want to break free now. Every day you delay, you are losing ground. Every day you act, you are gaining ground. Imagine standing at the bottom of a mountain. The climb looks impossible, but if you take one step today, you are higher than yesterday. And if you take one step tomorrow, you are higher still. Step by step, the mountain becomes smaller. Step by step, you become stronger. Until one day, you look around and realize you are standing at the peak. That peak is waiting for you. The view is breathtaking. The air is fresh. The horizon is wide. But you will never see it if you choose excuses. You will only see it if you choose discipline. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You are standing in front of a group of people. Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweating. For years, you avoided moments like this. For years, you feared the sound of your own voice in English. But now, something is different. You open your mouth, and the words flow. Not perfect, not without mistakes, but clear, strong, alive, understood. And the people listen. They understand you. They respect you. That moment feels like freedom. That is the moment every English learner dreams of inside. The moment when fear is no longer the master. When silence no longer holds chains around your throat. The moment when your voice escapes. But here is the truth. That moment will not come by accident. It will not come by luck. It will not fall. That moment is built by 7 daily habits. Every word you spoke today prepared you. Every mistake you embraced trained you. Every sentence mattered. Every time you resisted excuses and chose discipline, you moved closer to this moment. This is why I call it a victory, not defeat. Not because you defeated English, but because you defeated yourself, your weaker self, your fearful self, your lazy self. And in that victory, you rose. You discovered the version of you that was always waiting to rise. Alex described his moment of victory during a job interview. The manager asked him in English to describe his experience. His old self would have frozen, but instead, he breathed, spoke, answered with strength. And when he walked out, he realized he was no longer the same man. He had crossed the line between fear and freedom. That line is invisible, but it changes everything. And I want you to know, your line is waiting too. You are moving closer daily, one day, without warning. You will cross it, and when you do, your life will expand. Imagine traveling to another country and ordering food, ordering without hesitation. Imagine standing in a meeting and giving your opinion without fear. Imagine calling someone, introducing yourself, speaking without translation in your head. The words come naturally. These are not fantasies. They are your future, if you refuse to quit. But you must understand the cost of victory. The cost of victory is paid in advance. You pay with daily effort. You pay with daily discipline. You pay with patience always. There is no discount, no shortcut, no cheat code. The only currency is consistency. And if you pay the price daily, the reward comes. Think of an athlete training for the Olympics. When the world finally sees them win the gold medal, it looks like glory, effortless beauty. But what the world does not see are the years of sweat, the mornings of pain, the nights of sacrifice, the hidden struggles. Your English journey is the same. People may one day look at you and say, "Wow, you're fluent, you're confident, you're lucky," but they will not see the nights you practiced alone, the mornings you wrote in silence, the mistakes you turned into lessons repeatedly. They will not see your struggle, but you will remember, and that memory will make your victory sweeter. Now, let me speak directly to you. You may be thinking, this all sounds inspiring, but can I really do it? Yes, you can. Do you know why? Millions did. Because millions before you have, not smarter, not younger, not luckier, just more consistent. They decided to commit, and the universe rewarded them richly. If they could, so can you. But here is the warning. If you delay, your dream will harden into regret. Regret becomes heavy. Picture yourself 10 years from now. You are older, sitting in the same room, watching videos like this, still saying, "One day I'll start." That image should terrify you, because regret is heavier than discipline. Regret lasts forever. Discipline lasts only for a moment. Which weight will you carry? So I challenge you. Carry discipline. Carry it daily, until it feels light, until it feels natural, until it becomes your second nature. Because the moment will come when you look back. And instead of regret, you will feel pride. Instead of shame, you will feel joy. Instead of saying, "I wish I had," you will say, "I'm glad I did." This is your battle. This is your story. This is your chance. Do not let it slip away. And remember, the habits are simple, not easy, but simple, clear, and powerful. Consistency, speaking, listening, writing, immersion, embracing mistakes, discipline with patience. If you build these into your life, your victory is inevitable and unstoppable. So here is the cinematic truth. You are the hero of this story. Right now, you may feel like the hero at the beginning, weak, uncertain, trapped, but every hero faces a call. This is your call. And if you answer it, if you step into the fire, if you walk the path of habits, you will become the hero at the end. Strong, free, unstoppable. The choice is yours now. The clock is ticking. The world is waiting. What will you do? Let's pause for a moment. Let's breathe. Reflect on everything, because everything we have talked about, habits, discipline, victory, it is not only about English, it is about life itself. English is only the mirror. The reflection staring back at you is your character, your choices, your future. So let's reflect on what these 7 habits truly mean deeply. Consistency teaches you that greatness is not built in one day, but in many small days stacked together. It whispers, "Do not despise small beginnings. Each drop matters." In English, it means reading a few pages daily. In life, it means showing up for your goals without applause. Speaking teaches you that your voice has value. For years, maybe you stayed silent. Maybe you thought your words were not enough to matter. But when you speak, even with mistakes, you declare, "My voice deserves to exist." In English, that means practicing conversations. In life, it means speaking truth. It means defending yourself. Standing tall, listening teaches humility. It reminds you that wisdom is found not in speaking more, but in hearing deeply, truly. In English, That means focusing on stories, songs, conversations, in life. It means respecting others, absorbing wisdom, learning before judging, listening before reacting always. Writing teaches clarity. It forces your thoughts out of the shadows into the light. In English, it means filling a notebook with reflections. In life, it means understanding yourself, organizing your chaos, finding direction when things feel messy. Writing builds both skill and strength inside your character. Immersion teaches commitment. It tells you that if something matters, you must live inside it in English. It means surrounding yourself with words, music, movies. In life, it means fully embracing your path. No half-hearted attempts. No one foot in and one foot out. It means all-in dedication. Mistakes teach resilience. They prove that failure is not the end, but the beginning. In English, they show you the gap you need to close. In life, they show you the courage it takes to rise again after falling. Discipline with patience teaches faith. Faith in the unseen. Faith in the process. Faith in yourself. In English, it means trusting that fluency will come if you continue. In life, it means trust. It means trusting that your dream is possible, even when results are invisible. Do you see now? These 7 habits are not random tricks. They are 7 pillars of growth, and if you practice them, they will not only make you fluent in English, they will make you fluent in life. Think of the people you admire, the leaders, the innovators, the dreamers. What do they all have in common? Habits. Daily choices shape their greatness. They were not born extraordinary. They became extraordinary through discipline. And you can do the same. I want you to imagine something powerful today. Picture yourself many years from now, sitting with your child or your grandchild. They ask, "How did you learn English? How did you change?" And you smile. You tell them the truth. Not that you were gifted, not that you had luck, but that you had habits. You tell them you practiced daily. You embraced mistakes. You never gave up. And as they listen, they learn about courage, discipline, and resilience. That is your legacy. And that is why this journey matters so much. Because it is not just about today. It is about tomorrow. It is about the story you will tell, the example you will set, the future you will create. Alex once told me something. My proudest moment was not when I spoke fluently. My proudest moment was when my younger brother saw me studying every day and said this. He said, "If you can do it, I can too." Do you see? Your habits are not only for you, they inspire others too. Your growth becomes fuel for someone else's fire. That is the beauty of discipline. It multiplies. It spreads. It turns into culture and influence. It turns into hope. And that is why your decision today is bigger than you realize. But here's the part most people forget. Habits are fragile at first, like a seed. They need protection. You must guard them against negativity, against laziness, against distraction, against excuses. But if you water them, if you protect them, they will grow strong roots. And once the roots are deep, no storm can pull them out. This is why I urge you, start now. Start small, but start. Protect your habits, feed them daily, because one day they will feed you back. They will feed you with a harvest greater than you can imagine. And when that harvest comes, it will not only be English fluency, it will be self-respect. It will be confidence. It will be freedom. It will be the quiet pride of knowing you did not give up, that you built yourself into someone stronger, wiser, freer. That is the reward, and it is worth everything. So as you listen now, ask yourself, what will I do today? Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. Today, will you speak one sentence? Will you write one paragraph now? Will you listen for 10 minutes? The action does not need to be big. It just needs to be real. Because small actions are seeds, seeds of great transformations. And if you plant them faithfully, one day you will wake up and realize you are no longer dreaming of fluency, you are living it. So here we are. You have walked with me through the 7 habits. You have heard the stories, felt the warnings. You have seen the vision. Now the question is no longer what to do. You know that. The question is, will you do it? Because knowledge without action is wasted. A habit not practiced is just an idea, and an idea, without discipline, dies quietly, silently, forgotten. I don't want your dream to die quietly. I want it to roar to life. The truth is this: you are standing at a doorway. Behind that door is your future, the fluent you, the confident you, the free you. But that door will not open by wishing. It will not open by waiting. It will only open if you turn the handle with daily action. Every habit is a turn. Every repetition is a click of the lock. And one day, the door will swing wide. Imagine the moment when you cross through. You are no longer the person who feared mistakes. You are no longer the one who hid behind excuses. You are no longer silent. You are the speaker, the writer, the listener, the doer. You are the person who kept going. That is who you were meant to be. And listen carefully. This message is not only about English. English is just the battlefield where you train. But the warrior you become will fight other battles: career, relationships, dreams. And because you built discipline here, you will carry it everywhere. One day, you will face another challenge, something bigger than language. And in that moment, you will smile because you will remember, I built myself before, I can build myself again. That memory is priceless. That confidence, that memory of victory will be your secret weapon forever. But none of it happens if you quit now. None of it happens if you wait. None of it happens if you say, maybe tomorrow. None of it happens if you choose comfort over growth. Because comfort is a slow poison. It feels sweet today, but it rots your tomorrow. Growth feels bitter today, but it feeds your future. Which one will you choose today? I want to leave you with this thought. Dreams do not care about excuses. They do not care about how tired you are. They do not care about how busy you are, how scared you are. Dreams only care about results. And the only way is action. The only way to produce results is through action. So let me be blunt. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop delaying. Begin now. Today, speak one line, write one paragraph, listen with full attention, build your habits, protect them, repeat them, and watch your life transform steadily. Because here is the final truth. English is not just words. It is freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to connect, freedom to choose opportunities, freedom to become more than you are today. And freedom is worth fighting for. So fight. Fight with your habits. Fight with your discipline. Fight until the future bends to your will, because you are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and closer than you realize. And if you doubt, remember Alex, the factory worker who thought he had no chance. He is living proof that ordinary people can build extraordinary lives. They can build extraordinary lives if they simply refuse to quit. Let his story be your reminder. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Now, as we close, I want you to carry one sentence with you. Your dream will not wait forever. Act today. If this message touched you, if you feel the fire inside, then don't let it fade. Take action now, boldly. And if you want more lessons like this, lessons that don't just teach English, but teach life, subscribe to this channel. Join this journey today. Walk with us. Because together, step by step. We will not just learn a language, we will build a new life, stronger and freer. So here is my call to you. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs hope. And most of all, practice one habit today. Just one. Let it be your first step into the future you deserve. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to growth. Welcome to freedom. And remember, dreams are waiting. Time is moving. The question is, are you?